Gossip Girl wasn't just about scandals and designer clothes. It was actually a masterclass in getting what you want, and nobody played the game better than Blair Waldorf. Think about it. How did a high school queen end up running a fashion empire? How did she always get exactly what she wanted, even when everything was falling apart? Today, I'm sharing 5 power lessons from Blair Waldorf that nobody talks about. And trust me, these aren't your basic work hard tips. These are the real strategies behind all that Upper East Side drama. If you're ready to level up your game, keep watching. These secrets, they're about to change everything for you. Let's talk about Blair's first power move, strategic networking. And no, I don't mean collecting Instagram followers or random LinkedIn connections. You know what I love most about Blair? She didn't just have followers. She had a whole squad that would literally drop everything to help her.
Fall in line!
Remember those girls waiting for her on the Met steps every morning? That wasn't just about having a cute lunch crew. Blair was literally running a masterclass in building your power circle. Let me spill the tea on what made Blair's networking so genius. First up, girl understood the assignment when it came to value exchange. Like, remember when she needed her minions to help take down Georgina? She didn't just demand their help. She made it worth their while. Protection, social status, insider access to all the Upper East Side tea. Blair knew exactly how to make people want to be on her team. Here's the thing about Blair's power circle that most people miss. She never put all her eggs in one basket. Think about it. She had Serena as her ride or die. Everyone needs that one friend who'll help you hide a body, metaphorically speaking, of course. Her loyal crew for daily backup, those high society connections through her mom's fashion world. And yes, even her enemies when she needed them. Strategic queen behavior. Remember when she teamed up with Chuck to handle Georgina? Or worked with Jenny Humphrey even though they were rivals? That's because Blair knew sometimes your biggest competition can become your strongest ally. Let me tell you how to actually use this in real life, without the drama. Next time you're at a work event or industry meetup, don't try to be besties with everyone. Instead, channel your inner Blair and look for that one person who could mentor you, your Eleanor Waldorf, if you will. A couple of people at your level who share your ambitions, your future power circle. Someone with different skills than yours, because Blair knew diversity makes your network stronger. But here's the most important part. Blair always kept her word. When she promised something, consider it done.
Fine.
That's why people kept coming back to her. Your reputation is literally everything. Because here's the truth, bestie. Networking isn't about having the most contacts in your phone. It's about building a loyal circle that will have your back when you need it. As Queen Bee would say, power isn't just about being popular. It's about being strategic. If you're loving these power moves so far and want more secrets to success, hit subscribe and join our community of ambitious women. Every week, we break down strategies that actually work in the real world, whether they're from Queen Bee or other powerful women who figured it out. Plus, that little notification bell, think of it as your own personal gossip girl, keeping you in the loop about all our new videos. Now, let's talk about power lesson number 2. And this one's a game changer. You know how Blair walked into every room like she owned it? That wasn't just confidence, bestie. That was personal branding done right. Think about it. Every time you saw Blair, you knew exactly what you were getting. The headbands, the attitude, the I'm Blair Waldorf energy. But here's the thing. It wasn't just about the aesthetic. She backed it up every single time. When Blair said she'd handle something, consider it handled. When she made a promise, she delivered. Let me tell you something I noticed during my latest rewatch. Blair never tried to be Serena, even when everyone seemed to prefer Serena's whole effortless vibe. Instead, she doubled down on being herself. She was like, "Oh, you don't like headbands? Well, I'm going to wear an even bigger one tomorrow." And honestly, that's the kind of energy we need in 2025. Here's how to actually use this in real life. And no, you don't need designer headbands. First, get clear on your thing. Maybe you're the girl who always has creative solutions, or the one who gets things done no matter what, or the friend everyone comes to for honest advice. Whatever it is, own it. Make it your signature. I love this one Blair moment. Remember when she told Chuck, "I'm Blair Waldorf no matter who I'm with"? Girl knew exactly who she was. And that's the energy we're channeling. Because when you're clear about who you are, other people get clear about it too. The best part? You don't have to be perfect. Blair definitely wasn't. Remember her NYU phase? total mess. She tried to transfer her high school queen bee tactics to college and it completely backfired. But instead of pretending it never happened, she owned it, learned from it, and came back stronger. That's the kind of authentic personal brand that actually works. Here's what makes a personal brand Blair level powerful. Know your strengths and actually use them. Stay consistent. People should know what they're getting with you. Back up your words with action. When you mess up, own it and fix it. Never apologize for your ambition. Your personal brand isn't about creating some perfect online presence or pretending to be something you're not. It's about taking what makes you uniquely you and making sure people remember it. Think about what you want to be known for. What's your equivalent of Blair's headband? Maybe it's your problem-solving skills, your ability to stay calm in chaos, or how you always come through for your team. Whatever it is, make it your signature move. Power move number 3, and nobody mastered this quite like Blair Waldorf, and we're talking about her negotiation skills. You know what I noticed during my latest rewatch? Blair never just asked for things. She played the game so well that people ended up wanting to give her what she wanted. Genius behavior, honestly. Remember that episode where she wanted to take over her mom's fashion company? Instead of walking in like, "Mom, give me the company," couldn't be Blair. She strategically proved herself first.
I must match my mother's hard work, dedication, and success.
And then made her move. We love a strategic queen. Let me spill the tea on what made Blair's negotiation style so iconic. First up, girl did her homework. Like, she never walked into any situation blind. Before any big move, Blair knew everyone's secrets, their weak spots, what they wanted, basically their whole life story. Remember when she was dealing with that Women's Wear Daily editor? Blair had receipts ready before she even walked in the door. Blair knew exactly when to make her moves. She waited until she had the upper hand. It's giving. I'm not asking for permission. I'm telling you what's going to happen. Here's how to channel this energy in real life, minus the scheming. Before any important conversation, know what you absolutely won't compromise on. Your non-negotiables. Figure out what the other person really wants. Everyone has something they're after. Always have a backup plan. Options are power. The most powerful thing about Blair's approach? You don't have to go full Upper East Side schemer to use these moves. It's really just about knowing your worth and not being afraid to stand in it. Think about it. You're probably already negotiating every day. That conversation with your boss about the project deadline? Negotiation. Figuring out who's doing the dishes with your roommate? Also, negotiation. Because here's what Blair really taught us. It's not about being manipulative. It's about knowing exactly what you want and not being afraid to go after it.
You know what I just remembered? If you really want something, you don't stop for anyone or anything until you get it.
For lesson number 4, her ability to bounce back after everything falls apart. I was watching these episodes again recently, and I literally couldn't believe how many times Blair got knocked down.
Everything's horrible.
Lost her dream school, Yale? Check.
I'm sorry, I simply can't read it. The font's too small. I have to check it on a real computer.
It says waitlisted in bold.
Total social disaster at NYU? Been there.
Once upon a time, in a far-off land, you were a queen. Here you're just a loser who will never fit in.
That whole princess wedding situation? Yikes. But this girl just kept coming back stronger. You know what I love most about Blair's bounce back game? When something didn't work out, she'd let herself be sad for like 1 episode max. Then she'd be back in her room, plotting her next move while everyone else was still gossiping about her failure. And get this, sometimes what seemed like her biggest setbacks actually led to something better. Columbia ended up being perfect for her.
I think you girls got some misinformation. I will be attending Columbia in the fall. Wanted to see a Blair Waldorf takedown? Well, cross me again, and you'll experience one firsthand.
Losing the princess title? Girl ended up running a whole fashion empire instead. Everyone fails sometimes. But it's not about the fall. It's about how you get back up. And if Blair taught us anything, it's that sometimes your biggest setback is just setting you up for something way better. And before we get into our final power move, I want to let you in on something. You know how Blair had her inner circle that got all the best intel first?
Oh my God.
That's exactly what our email community is like. Click the first link below and join us. Every week, I share the real strategies that are too spicy for YouTube. Just pure, no-fluff advice for ambitious women who want to make power moves. Okay, last power move, and it is emotional intelligence. Girl, Blair had this crazy ability to read people like they were an open book, and I'm obsessed with how she did it. I recently noticed something wild. Blair didn't just walk into a room. She would literally scan it and instantly know who was worth her time, who was plotting against her, and who was just there for the drama. The craziest part? She always knew exactly what buttons to push with people. Not to be mean. Okay, sometimes to be mean. But because she understood what made them tick. Think about it. She knew Penelope was desperate for status, Jenny wanted recognition, and Chuck, well, Chuck just wanted Blair. You know what scene made me realize how good she was at this? When she was building her little army at Constance. Instead of just bossing people around, she figured out exactly what each person wanted. Some wanted protection, others wanted insider access, and some just wanted to be close to power. And Blair? She used all of that. But here's where it gets interesting. You can totally use this power for good. Start watching how people act. What makes their eyes light up when they talk? Who do they name drop all the time? What gets them all defensive? I tried this at work last week and oh my god, it changed everything. Like, I finally understood why my one coworker always seems difficult. Turns out she just wants credit for her ideas. Once I figured that out, game changer. Because here's what Blair really taught us. When you understand what makes people tick, you don't have to play dirty. You just need to show them how working together gives you both what you want. It's like having a superpower, but make it ethical. And there you have it, Blair Waldorf's Guide to Getting What You Want. Pretty wild how a show about rich kids on the Upper East Side actually gave us a masterclass in power moves, right? Want more strategies like these? I share my best success secrets in my weekly emails. Just click the first link in the description to join our community. Think of it as getting the best tea delivered straight to your inbox. Way more reliable than Gossip Girl blasts. Drop a comment and let me know which Blair Power move you're trying first. And remember, you don't need a headband or a trust fund to use these moves. You just need to know what you want and be strategic about getting it. See you next week. XOXO Power Girl.